Welcome to the next episode of Van Turismo. So just to show you where we're up to so far, so we set off from our caravan in Northwich and headed for a week in Dawlish Warren. We then got the ferry from Portsmouth to San Malo with our first overnight stop in La Rochelle. We then made our way to Biscarrossi, then to San Sebastián and on to Sopena. With just over 1,000 miles under our belt, we made our way through France and into northern Spain on one tank of diesel. And for the first time on the trip, we now head west, where we're making our way to our next stop, which is a place called Sopena, south of Santander. We arrived to site at about 4 p.m, and with a couple of hours daylight left, it was Operation Get the Awning Up.
Hey, beef.
Some of my favourite times are in the morning because he always seems to be at his most joyful and his most pleasant. But just to show you a little look around the site as it was when we arrived. So panning around here, lovely blue skies, right in the middle of the valley. It was really, really, really pretty it was.
A little robin came in. Daddy, oh, Gunga. Oh no. Daddy left the biscuits. Daddy, you wanted them. Oh my. Daddy. Oh wow. He's such a good boy. Oh, Daddy. Oh, goodness me.
And about a 5-minute walk away from the campsite, you walk through some fencing. There's this amazing river that runs alongside the campsite. And as the weather was nice, we went for a walk around the local town and managed to find this fantastic restaurant where we went and had the menu of the day, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to sunny Spain. We've had a problem overnight. We've had loads and loads of rain. So I've come in this morning and the awning was bowed from the weight of the rain. So then what's happened then is that rain, as it's poured, as it's been pushed up to get rid of the rain, well, I'm assuming this is where it's come from, but in here, as you can see, let me get the torch so you can see. I mean, that's, I can't see where else it might have come from unless it's run from the inside there, but there is a lot of rain here. Problem with that being is this is where we stored clothes and washing and all that. So, you know, camping at the best of time, the wet is your enemy. But when you're living in your van, it causes massive problems indeed. We're supposed to be off the site tomorrow. We had like weather warning for the last 2 days. Let's have a look. That's what it looks like outside. It's absolutely lashing it down. Like I say, it's going to be 8% chance of rain all day. But like I say, we're supposed to be off tomorrow morning. I just don't know what. Might have to extend by a day and just try and let the awning, because we're at the capacity for the roof box anyway, for the storage box at the back. So, you know, if just putting this awning away wet and the carpet wet and the porch door wet, could add an extra 4 or 5 kilos easy, and I don't fancy risking that. Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Sopena, I believe it's called. It's day 3 here now. I can't tell you how much rain we've had. I think we've had something along the lines of, well, I think we had probably 4 inches of rain over the last sort of 2 days. So the awning is absolutely soaked. So I'll show you that when we go back around. So because of that, because a lot of time we're staying on park-ups, it's just left in a right predicament with the awning, because the awning is drenched. It's a poly-cotton type material, so it's really wet basically. So whereas like the old material would sort of bounce the rain off, because of the way this material's formed, it sort of holds on to the moisture. So the problem is, because the weight limit on the back of the storage box is 33 kilos, the awning alone's 25, and then by the time you put, you know, what, 5 kilos of moisture in it, it's going to soon be over the limit. We've got the porch door. It's my fault really that the stuff's so wet. So we spent the whole day yesterday trying to put the clothes through the tumble dryer and stuff like that. Fortunately, we've kept his stuff on the inside of the camper, and it's just our stuff that's been in the was in the zip-on porch door. Obviously, when I went in, the roof had pooled, so obviously I've gone like that to push the water off, and what's obviously happened is that water's then run down through the porch door part. So it's my fault, annoyingly. But this is the site. Well, this is part of the site. Another problem which we've got, and I'll just move here so that you can see it, is I'll try and put it up there so you can see it. If you can see the white on the top of that mountain, I wasn't there a couple of days ago. And if you have a look around here through these trees and stuff like that, that white is coming further and further and further down these mountains now. The challenge which we've got is the awning material is soaked. That's the problem, because we've got to put it away at some point. It's a fantastic awning though, but I'll save that for another time. So the dilemma that we've got is that we either put the awning away, and which I'd have to do it quite quickly, because the dilemma is I have to put it away now or quite quickly before it gets dark. It's going to get dark here quite soon, or I'll leave it up and then risk doing it tomorrow. The problem with that is that snow's coming down the mountain now. There is 40-50% chance of snow here tomorrow on the map. Now we're 250 odd metres above sea level here, so I'm a bit worried that I'm going to be stuck A, either snowed in here, or B, we can get off here but then the roads aren't gritted or whatever. I don't know what the gritting situation is in northern Spain, to be fair. So that's the sort of dilemma that we've got really. I'm not quite sure what to do. But I say we should have been here for 2 nights, but we came a day early, just so we could get the awning out and stuff like that, and just have a bit of space for a couple of days. And if I'd have known the weather was going to be this bad, then we'd have gone a day early. But we sort of got caught out by the weather really, and that's probably the most important thing that we've learned, is that it's about making sure that we've always got one eye on the weather and just making sure what's coming for the next couple of days. But that's van life, isn't it, I suppose. Everyone's fine now. We're all having a good time. I mean, like I say, we've not ventured out of the awning, well, out of the camper much. We've just had a bottle of beer and some beef burgers cooked inside the camper, so the campers are going to smell like beef burgers now for the next 3 days. Problem as well, because it's quite cold, we've had to put the heater on, and then when the heater goes on, you get condensation, so everything gets wet, and condensation is an absolute nightmare at the best of times, but especially with the cold weather. But I say hopefully just try and get it dried out as much as possible before we have to pack it all down. The problem we've got is that Spain, we've had a look west, rain, south, rain, east, rain. There's pretty much everywhere's a write-off up until maybe Friday or Saturday. So we even thought about just having like a big day's driving and just heading straight for Portugal, but rain. This whole north coast of Spain is, I think they call it a coastal event, which basically means rain and wind and all that sort of stuff. But let me just take you through this bit of a tree line here, and I'll try and find a comparable picture to show you. But if you have a look all the way up there, and that is, none of that was there the other day. None of that was there at all. So that's just one thing to keep my eye on ready for tomorrow. But like I say, it might be a case of, might be sat here for another couple of days at this rate. But like I say, it's a lovely sight. I can imagine it being absolutely amazing in the summer. Whilst I've got you in my hand, let me just show you these. Obviously there's the camp. Let me just show you these facilities here. They're absolutely amazing. Like, if you think about what Spain should look like, or Spanish building, so you walk in, you've got this bit of an area here. That's where we spent most of the day there, in the tumble dryer and stuff like that. Dishwashing facilities. Oh, there you go, there's our bottles. As you can hear in the background, country music. I do have to be careful about copyright claim for this, but if you just have a look at these here, like everything's like marble effects. It's just so, I don't know whether you'd call it rustic or whether you'd call it like Mediterranean or whatever, but it's just absolutely amazing. Like I say, in the summer I can imagine this place is absolutely brilliant. Little sliding door. Feels a little bit like a Mexican ranch, I suppose is how I'd describe it. Let's have a quick look. I'll show you around here, quick minute. Clothes areas, disabled toilets. A lot of people use this as a stop-off coming down the ferry from Santander. We're about an hour south of Santander. Baby facilities. Nice little cute baby toilet, baby bath and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to give the wee man a bath before we go. It's that little thing, these little cute little ladybird rocks. There's obviously like multiple fields. So we're on the back field, which is probably the best for everyone because the wee man's teething. So he's voiced his displeasure at a lot of things. So this is one of the pitches here. And in the middle of these pitches here, you've got like little park benches around trees. And you've got these little water points here as well, proper authentic. I think that was the word I was looking for before. Got some more of them there. I say authentic is probably rustic / authentic. And just walk you past reception now as well. Looks like they're doing a lot of work. Looks like they put like little new huts in and stuff like that. Like little apartments and stuff like that. And look at this for a reception building. So I think they've got like a restaurant and stuff like that in the summer. But just look at all this. What an incredible place this. Obviously that's where they have bits and pieces like that. Got some more apartments there. That's I can imagine in summer. I don't know if you can see that as well. Beehive up there. As I can imagine this place in summer, A, being busy, but B, just being absolutely glorious because it's in a valley. Like I say, in the morning you can literally see the sun come over the hill on the left hand side just over there, and you can see the shadow coming down the mountain on the other side as you can see the sun getting higher. it's been a lovely time that we've had here, and like I say, the first couple of days were just absolutely brilliant. Just unfortunate really that since then it's been like monsoon season, but like I say, that's van life. But I would 100% come to this campsite again. Like I say, it's just, we've really enjoyed it. Staff are friendly, you know. The son speaks English. His dad didn't, but Google Translate's a wonderful thing. Just down there, there's like, you probably can't hear it on here, but down there's like a river that I had a walk down before. There's like a place where I think you can go swimming in there and stuff like that. So I tried to find somewhere I could do a bit of fishing, but couldn't quite find anywhere, or certainly see any fish whilst I was down there. But all in all, an absolutely beautiful campsite. Lovely. It is chilly. Good afternoon all.
Hello.
Chicken burgers smell nice, babe. What's the wee man doing? Right, we've got eyes, mummy.
I've not made eye contact, I've had eyes the whole time.
Okay, right.
But
So that's it, the decision's been made by majority rule, as in Lisa said. So we're gonna pack down and we're gonna head west tonight, because I say we don't want to get snowed in and be here for another 3 or 4 nights, especially if we start running out of shopping and all that sort of stuff. So I've got the glamorous job now of packing away in the wet. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky with it. I'm going to go and throw part of the awning up in the shower blocks in there. Actually, we're the only people on site at the moment, so I don't think anyone will mind. And then it's just a case of just getting packed up as quickly as possible and getting the heaters on, because it is getting chilly now. So we packed the van and headed west to escape what seemed like perilous rain conditions.
What about that drill? Where did it go?
Good morning, everyone. So we, like I mentioned before, we decided to head west by about 100 miles. So we made our way to Gijon port, which is exactly what it says on the tin. So as you'll look in front of me there, you'll see the port. We're on a park up that we found on Search for Sites. It was one of the only ones that we could find that had electric hookup. The problem was being that we had, it was like 5 degrees here last night, so there was no way that we could risk not having EHU, so there wasn't many of them. But this is the view out the back. You walk through a little woodland here. Might even try and bring the kayak up here later on if the weather holds out. Just get it out. I'm not sure how wet it was from the other day. But a little brief walk. Got a beach. Waves over there look wild. Beach. And that thing up there, I believe that's what they call sun, which is nice to see really, because we haven't seen it a lot over the last couple of days. But this is Gijon Port. I'm just trying to work out which direction the weather comes from, so I'm making a point of wearing shorts. So I'm definitely still going to wear my shorts. I mean, it looks grim over there and rainy, and to be fair, I think that is the way in which the wind is blowing, so wherever the rain comes from there or not, we'll soon find out. So the plan is today we're going to get the stuff. We're going to put the bed up. It's the first time we put the bed up, because whilst we've been on site we've just not bothered. So we're going to put the bed up, and then we're going to have a little walk into Gijon town centre. It looks like there's a little hamburger place there, so I'll be having some food from there as well. And the waves in the distance, I'm just watching them here, they look absolutely wild. Like I've said it probably, I don't know, a million times now since we've been here, but I've never ever seen waves quite like what I've seen whilst we've come down the sort of west coast of the Atlantic coast of France and sort of this part of northern Spain and stuff like that. They look absolutely massive. Oh, rainbow. So we thought we'd just leave the camper go for a walk in Gijon, and just behind us, just heard some thunder rumbling. It's looking very, very, very black over the hill.
It's very black indeed.
And a bit of deja vu. We walked up here through Gijon like you saw before, but then headed back down to the camper. But because we spent a lot of time in the camper the last couple of days because of the rain and stuff like that, so we feel like we have to get out and do something, so we're just gonna walk the 1 mile to the aquarium. So we're getting literally back into exactly where we were before, but it's about 7 degrees. I'm still wearing shorts, keep having
Funny looks.
yeah, funny looks and sleet every sort of half an hour or whatever. I can't remember the last time my feet were warm and dry. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting the aquarium. I love an aquarium, me. I can't remember if I said it on an earlier video. Last night's park up was one that we found on Search for Sites, wasn't it? Gijon Port it's down as. So it's actually a free one. But if you want electric, it's like £7.50, so I think it worked out like £6.55 for the night. But like I say, because he went down to sort of like 5-6 degrees, I didn't really want to risk it, and especially with how wet the inside of the camper was. But it's been a much, much, much nicer day today compared to the last 2 or 3 days. So the plan is Gijon tonight, and then tomorrow make our way over to Santiago de Compostela, and then I think once we've been there, I think we've got 3-4 nights scheduled there, and then we're going to move down to Vigo. I say, because we had an extra day at the CAMC site, I think we were down for like 4 or 5 nights at Santiago de Compostela, so we've only lost 1 night there, and that was just sort of a bit of a buffer really, just making sure that we had plenty of time. But just, it's absolutely soaked here, to be fair. They've must have had a lot of rain. There's the aquarium there. But what I want to try and show you, and I just hope to God that you can see it on the camera, and it's something that I've never seen before and I've been kicking about for 34 years now, is that when you look on the horizon here at the sea, you can actually see waves on the horizon. I've never ever known anything like that before in my whole life. It's just so choppy and so wavy. I don't know if it's like this all the time or whether it's just because of the weather front that they're having at the moment. But like I say, you can see waves topping like miles and miles and miles out. It's absolutely mad.